3 signs your pelvic floor is stuck in one pattern. So, in the last couple of videos, I talked a lot about how the female pelvic floor is designed to be a shapeshifter. It's meant to be dynamic and expand and contract as necessary as we move throughout our life. But it's not uncommon for it to get stuck in a single pattern, and this is where some of the dysfunction comes in. Things like peeing yourself a little bit when you cough or sneeze or laugh, unrelenting low back or hip pain, cycle pain, fertility issues, etc. And a lot of the times that one pattern is stuck because the fascia is holding on to something for some reason. So one of the signs is that it feels tight or tense all the time, even when you're trying to rest. So while you're laying down, while you're sitting, even while you're sleeping, if you notice there's a clenching going on, that could be a sign that there's some sort of holding pattern. The second sign is that you clench automatically during an emotional trigger. So if you find that when your nervous system is triggered for any reason and your whole entire pelvic floor clenches, that could be that bracing pattern that I've talked about in some of the other videos as well, and it's just stuck in that patterning. The third sign is that the pelvic floor doesn't release when you squeeze it. So if you try to do a squeeze and then a release, the release just doesn't happen. That's also a sign of some sort of holding pattern that's going on. And there's a lot of reasons why we get stuck in these holding patterns. Many of them are part of our culture and part of the way we are socialized. So if you're interested in more about why it happens, let me know and I can answer that in a follow-up video. But one of the things that you can do to practice releasing is see if you can actually consciously release. So some of the patterning that happens in our culture is that we actually get really disconnected from our lower half, especially those of us socialized as women and girls in female bodies. And so you might even notice that it's hard to even feel into your pelvic floor. So that's step one, learning how to just bring your focus and your awareness and your ability to feel the sensations all the way down to the pelvic floor, and then see if you can actually relax it consciously. And if you can't, it's a really good sign to keep practicing, because sometimes our bodies are just habitual and can be kind of slow to retrain. So the more you practice, the easier it gets. But it could also be a sign that you really could use a pelvic floor practitioner, whether it's a women's health physical therapist or a gyno-chiro. So if you're interested in more information about this, please leave me more questions in the comments and I will be happy to answer them, and I'll talk to you next time.